Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and we are back with more durability tests, this time on dedicated ceramic coatings. And we're going to be showing a quick view of how I applied all these products. Row 1, we're working with Duragloss EnviroShield, Mckees 37 Graphene, Phoenix EOD KRONOS, Art to Shine Nano Graphene Coating version 1, and their ceramic metal oxide. Row 2 is CarPro Beauty S1, Black Rhino Graphene, UNDRDOG Pro, Bombshell four-year coating, and Apex ceramic metal oxide coating. Row 3 is new Geon 1 Evo and Geon Mose Evo, Sea Quartz UK 3.0, Avalon King XL Shield, and Funky Fly Fresh coating. Now, of the 15 products that I am applying here, 8 are new to me that I've never worked with previously. 7 I've done videos on in the past. For those of you that want a more in-depth look, feel free to look in my library down below if you want to see a closer look at a majority of these products. But all of them include instructions from the manufacturer on specific application, and so we're just very quickly showing you what that process looks like. This isn't a quick process by any means. It's in about 10 times time lapse. And so it may look like I'm only letting them sit on there for a few seconds, but some of these I'm actually letting them sit on there for 2 to 3 minutes, some even longer than that. You can see I'm kind of working in direct sunlight, a little bit indirect sunlight. 3 of these are authorized installer only, but the rest of them are available on a retail level. So we've got a good variety of products here to do some durability tests on. We've got them all applied, and let's break down what that looked like. So in time lapse, that didn't take much time at all. In real time, it took about 35 minutes for me to apply all 15 of these coatings. The average coating dwell time on these is like anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds for most of them to 1 to 2 minutes. We are working outside. It's a spring day, so I didn't let any of them sit on there for too terribly long. And you could see I was just applying some to a microfiber, letting it dwell, letting it flash, and then wiping off. The ones that were probably the least sun-friendly were these ones right up here. Again, those I would consider more your pro-grade products that you're going to want to do more in a garage environment. The rest of them were pretty user-friendly, very easy to apply even for us being in a little bit of the sun. Obviously, the ones that were the easiest to apply are going to be more of your retail ones. The Geon Evo lineup was very, very easy. Very impressed with them. Excited to work with them more. The Sea Quartz UK 3.0, the Avalon King, the Funky Fly Fresh, all very easy breezy to work with. Bombshell was probably the easiest, I would say, and it's one of the slickest on the panel. The Mckees 37 Graphene is nice. KRONOS is nice. Ooh, that nano graphene coating is coming along. The CMO, they tend to be a little bit grabbier upon initial application. KRONOS is pretty nice. This CarPro Beauty S1, that tends to be the tackiest. It's actually a little tacky. EnviroShield is nice and slick. Geon coating's nice and slick. So we're going to let all of these coatings set up for 10 days before we do any sort of water torture. We're going to go ahead, put those in the garage. But it wasn't very difficult. You could see a lot of them come with instruction manuals. You could grab it, shake it, apply it, remove it. It doesn't have to be rocket science, but you could see 15 different coatings. Let's see how they can hold up to one another. So after those 10 days in the garage, it has sat outside of my garage for 2 months, untouched. We've got a lot of dirt and pollen and rain spots. We're going to go ahead and do a pH neutral contact wash and see where our hydrophobic's at on our neglected hood. Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and we are back with part 2 of our test panel and kind of durability updates. We last coated this panel April 29th. You can see we have EnviroShield coating, Mckees 37, their new graphene coating, Phoenix EOD KRONOS. We have Art to Shine Nano Graphene coating. This is their first version. I just purchased their third version, so we'll be doing a video on that shortly. And then Art to Shine ceramic metal oxide coating. We have Apex ceramic metal oxide coating from Art to Shine. We have Bombshell coatings, UNDRDOG Pro. We have Black Rhino Graphene coating, CarPro Beauty S1. We have Geon 1 Evo, their new coating. We have Geon Mose Evo. We have Sea Quartz UK 3.0. And then we have Avalon King Armor Shield on the left, and then Funky Fly Fresh. So let's go ahead and do a quick initial rinse and see what they look like. So right off the bat, I'm going to note that there are actually worm trails on this because I can see where bugs have kind of slithered up and down. And these lower panels here, they got hit the worst with all the mud splatter as this was up against my shed. So you can see they're kind of clogged the worst out of everything else. Our Cocro Beauty S1, that one looks probably initially the weakest. But they all have a lot of dirt and kind of weird trails all over the panel from bugs and things like that. So let's give it a good wash. Alright, just to note, out of all of them, the Art to Shine Nano Graphene wants to repel the soap. We also have that with our UNDRDOG Pro. We have our Geon Mo's Evo. And a little bit with our Funky Fly Fresh, that they're wanting to kind of repel the soap. So let's go ahead, give that a rinse, hit it with our water spot remover. So we're doing an acid-free water spot remover. This isn't going to weaken our coatings whatsoever, but it will help remove any sort of mineral spots or hard water stains that could potentially be clogging or kind of masking some of the hydrophobics of our coatings. I'm going to rinse that off with our soap, just do a quick rinse, and then we'll be able to see what's really going on with our coatings and the true condition they're in. Okay, so we've done our mineral spot remover, we washed everything off, we've gotten all that residue off. Enviro Shield, not very impressive. Some of our ceramic spray coatings actually looked a little bit better than that. The Mckees 37 Graphene, very, very impressive. Happy to see that, as that is a flagship coating that we offer here. The Phoenix EOD KRONOS, that looks impressive as well. We've got our Art to Shine coatings. Both look really nice. To be able to tell one difference over the other, it's very hard. But if we were to flood, both sheet very rapidly, but the CMO a touch faster in my opinion. If we were to compare that to Apex CMO, both sheet very nicely. Let's go back to our beading. We've got our Apex or our Bombshell. If we were to compare that to UNDRDOG Pro, I would say that UNDRDOG Pro has tighter beads. This has a little bit, I can tell that there's maybe a little bit more hesitation with the beading to stick to the panel versus our UNDRDOG Pro, where it just kind of wants to roll right off. Black Rhino looks similar to the Bombshell. It's beading, but they're kind of wanting to stick to the panel, which you want the water to kind of fall off. That's the intent behind a lot of the hydrophobics that you get. Our Car Pro Beauty S1 looks very similar to the Black Rhino. The only thing that I would note with the Black Rhino is that I can actually see maybe some of the sweat marks on there. The Geon 1 Evo looks very impressive. Geon Mo's Evo, again, very nice. We've got our Seaquartz UK 3.0, very impressed. This is the first time that I've really worked with that one. Was very user-friendly, and it looks very nice. Looks very similar even to our UNDRDOG Pro, if we were to kind of compare them side by side. And then we've got Avalon King, not very impressed with that. I know that that is a fan favorite with many enthusiasts, but if we're talking easy coatings, I would say the Geon is going to be way more hydrophobic, but it's just as user-friendly. The Avalon King, that to me is not super impressive. Our Meguiar's hybrid spray coating looked better than that. And then the Funky Fly Fresh, that actually doesn't look bad. I would say it even looks better than the Avalon King. So impressed with that product, especially because most of you probably never heard of it. So I'll put the information for it down below for those of you that maybe want to do your own research or see some more about that product. But out of all of these so far, our top row here, these top four look really exceptional. Enviro Shield, not so much. And then over here, these three right here look very nice. And then our bottom 4, none are failing. It's all comparison and contrasting as far as to the hydrophobic properties, the tightness of the beads. But hopefully this gives you a better idea. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of torture. We're going to hit these with a high acid, high alkaline soap. Let them soak on there. Hit it with some Superior Products Dark Fury. That's a pH of 13. Kind of work that in and see if any of these kind of take a hit. Most coatings are going to be chemically resistant up to 12. Superior Products Dark Fury is about a 13. So what could one expect if you were going to hit it with a heavy alkaline degreaser? I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but some of the soaps that you're going to go through in an automatic car wash, they're going to be that strong. So if a ceramic coating is supposed to be pH resistant up to 12 and most soaps are 13 at the automatic car wash, can your coating withstand an automatic car wash? So let's see. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Okay. Nice.
These are good beating.
Yeah, good. That's good to see. That's the one I give customers. That's impressive. That looks good too.
This one, yeah.
Alright. Back away a little bit with the water. There we go. That looks good. Now I want you to turn to mist setting.
Okay,
Turn the water off. And do the same thing. Oops, not me. Higher and get more of the panels. Like over here. Back up. Back up with the water. I want to see more rain setting. Get all this over here. Alright, come over here. Back up or higher up with the water. Alright, now come over here.
Holy big beads. I say the one that did the least was this. What's this one?
Funky Fly Fresh.
I mean, they all did good. I can't tell which is bad and which wasn't. Can you?
No.
They all were really good.
This one, they're a little bit flatter.
Yeah.
This one is the worst.
Yeah.
Enviro
yeah,
Shield.
that one's the worst. All the rest are good. Now when you do the torture, whoa, caught that bead. I'm gonna catch you. Yeah, caught that bead.
So out of all of these, very, very impressed with all 4 of these. These look really nice. The Black Rhino, I can actually see like applicator sweat marks, which I've had that happen in the past with similar polysilazane coatings. I'm not sure why that happens, but just something to note. The CarPro Beauty and Enviro Shield, not impressed with those. Really, especially in comparison to some of the other ones. The Geon 1 Evo, Geon Mose Evo, Seaquartz UK 3.0, all did really nice. Funky Fly Fresh, Avalon King, I would say on this section here were the 2 lower ones, but the Funky Fly Fresh actually looked pretty decent. So
I say this one.
Definitely some big winners, and I would say some not so much winners. My takeaway, though, is that I don't really think you could go wrong with any one of these coatings right here. And these ones right here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's hit it with some torture. So in my desire to replicate what a vehicle would experience if it were to go through an automatic car wash, I reached out to Superior Products. They sell a Step 1 pre-soak and a Step 2 pre-soak. These are actually manufactured for automatic car washes, and it's an acid-based and an alkaline-based cleaner. This is going to give us as authentic of an experience as you would get taking a vehicle through an automatic car wash. We're going to put Step 1, let it sit on there for a while. We're going to take our alkaline-based cleaner, Step 2. We're going to actually rub those in, which that actually takes the torture up a notch. Whenever you actually rub in the product versus just kind of letting it sit on there and then rinsing it off, you're going to see a really drastic difference versus just kind of letting it sit and then rinsing it off. So we're going to rinse all our residue off, and then we're actually going to hit it with our Superior Products Dark Fury. Now, this is an extremely aggressive chemical. It can actually strip some ceramic spray coatings. I've even had it kill some very low chemically resistant ceramic coatings before. I would use this chemical for a road film remover, for bug remover, tar remover. It's a very diverse product. It has a lot of surfactants within it. That's where it gets kind of that brown color. But we're going to actually let this sit on our panel. We're going to work it in, and then we're going to see what kind of durability we can have with our coating. I never do this. I never recommend it. But we're letting Dark Fury kind of sit on there and dry. And the nanographene coating is actually like repelling it. We're going to go ahead and give that a rinse, a quick wash, dry, and then a repeat rinse. And see where we're at. I've had Dark Fury kill some coatings in the past. So let's see how durable these products are. So here's our Enviro Shield. Mckees 37 graphene coating, looking really good. Our KRONOS, that took a hit. That definitely affected it. Our Art to Shine nanographene looks very impressive. We've got our ceramic metal oxide coating. That actually, I could tell it took a hit. Brian from Apex, his ceramic metal oxide looks very similar as far as what it endured. It's still very good. But the beads are not as tight. We've got a little bit more cylindrical. Our bombshell coating, I can tell it's been weakened. We've got some of those lines coming that show that maybe we've got a break in the armor. Our UNDRDOG Pro, that's actually really disappointing. Out of all these products here, that was one that I had really high hopes for. So as far as chemical durability, not much there. 2 rounds. But that just goes to tell you proper maintenance. Our black rhino graphene, that is pretty much gone. Car Pro Beauty S1. We got some sheeting. We've got a lot of lines. So something is still there. Enviro Shield looks like it is pretty much gone. Our Geon 1 took a hit. You can see we've got some lines. We've got beading around the perimeter, but in the areas where some of the chemical hit, you can see it's been weakened. Same with our Geon Mose Evo. We don't have quite that tightness. We've got a lot of just kind of weak beads going on. Our Seaquartz UK 3.0, that actually is not very impressive to me either. That did not hold on very well. And then our Avalon King, we've got sheeting, rapid sheeting. And then the Funky Fly Fresh, that took a big hit as well. We go over to our mist setting. We were to kind of mimic what we would have during a rainfall. Again, Mckees 37, their graphene coating, very impressive. KRONOS, kind of curious as to what's going on there, why it took such a big hit for it to be kind of a marine grade coating. But just trying to show you guys some true results here that you could expect. Our nano graphene coating, ceramic metal oxide from both Art to Shine and Apex, looking really good, nice tight beads. Mckees 37, again, nice tight beads. Our bombshell coating looking decent. Not 100%, it took a hit. UNDRDOG Pro, that's really the big shock for me. And then our black rhino graphene, looks like it was really hit hard by those chemicals. Anytime that I've had to kind of work in Dark Fury, it has killed several coatings for me. There's something about when you rub it in to the coating versus just kind of let it sit on there and then rinse it off. It does something to it, but I'm glad to see that even some of these big hitters up here could withstand it, especially that nanographene coating. Now the third version that they came out with recently is supposed to be even more durable, more user-friendly, so I will be doing a review on that shortly once I find the right vehicle. So stay tuned for a review of their version 3. Now this is a pro authorized only product, but You see what you can get when you have a product. It kind of is distinguishing itself from some of these other ones that are on the board. I would say probably the Mckees 37 being available at a retail level, again, available at Car Supply's warehouse. It's hanging in there with this Pro authorized only, so I am very, very happy to see this. Very impressed. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Which ones have you used? Does this surprise any of you? It surprises me, several of them actually. I'm happy to do things like this because this is all about the education process. I've used a lot of these coatings for customers, and not going to say that any of them are subpar. When you maintain a coating properly and don't abuse it with automatic car wash soaps and strong degreasers, and you use pH-friendly soaps and ceramic drying aids, will you get results like this? No, you should not, because that's proper maintenance. You want to wash your vehicles, your ceramic coatings, at least once to twice a month with a pH-friendly soap, ceramic-friendly soap. Use a ceramic drying aid to replenish the hydrophobics in case while you drive it around, maybe in winters with road salts, or maybe you go through an automatic touchless car wash in the wintertime. That's going to replenish your hydrophobics, keep it top-notch for you. But for those that think that ceramic coatings are immutable, this just goes to show you, you do need to maintain them properly. And what you could expect if you neglect it, this is what you expect. But I'm very, very happy to see these ones performing really well. Very impressed by Bombshell. And there were definitely some surprises along the way. But what do you guys think? Drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Any surprises along the way? Super user-friendly to apply. It's actually the easiest graphene coating that I have ever applied. When you have a product like this that's available at a retail level, if you use coupon code Chelsea10 at Car Supply's warehouse, you can get 10% off. So for those of you that are looking for a non-authorized, user-friendly product, single layer, up to 5-year durability claims, even if we neglect it, you can see what you could expect. For those of you that want to try it, I'll put the link for it down below, as well as the instructional video that I use demonstrating how to apply it. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to call this one a wrap. Got to get my kids to the pool. They are itching to go lay out in the sun. But thank you guys for tuning in on this beautiful Sunday. Have a glorious week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you guys in the next detail. Have a great day. God bless.